Oh boy. Alright. So, I'm doing a video on how to properly do parasoul pressure, or the different types of ways you can do parasoul pressure, I suppose. Mm. So, also, like, talk about the big thing really quick. There it is. No, that's the one I want to do. So, one of the things that you'll encounter as a Parasoul player is that you have a lot of pretty much single hit moves, and you pretty much only really get to like dash jump at people or like just dash in and go light kick. And the problem with this is the fact that you can get push blocked out. All right. And then you have to work your way in. Like one of the things with Parasoul is like, oh, she gets into like say like around this range. Yeah, around this range, you can dash. Whoop, I guess I was wrong. This range, this box right here, is where you can like dash, crouch, slide, kick people. No, I was right the first time. Valentine's just really, really tiny. But other characters, say like Big Ben or like Beowulf, Eliza, those characters that are thick. Around this distance, you can like dash and crouch, slide, kick them. Smaller characters like Valentine's, she wants to become an ant when she like crouches. Uh, Obviously, of course, if she's standing, she's more in your footsie range. As you can see, you can do it from a lot farther away than you normally would be. Around here is the range. But yeah, so she push blocks you out. In this situation, you can dash jump back in, honestly. But this is just like, that's more of like if a Valentine player is or that's more of the player, the opponent is like being really stationary, which I doubt they're going to be doing. The other thing that requires is that requires for you to be like, oh, I got push blocked. That requires you to be ready to be push blocked. So if you're gonna like do this, you're gonna be committed to that in your head already. That is your number one plan. You're just like, I'm gonna do crouch slide kick and I'm gonna dash jump forward because I know they're gonna push block the crouch slide kick. So that's just proper planning. But the other thing, of course, is like, not that. Don't do that. Don't do that unless the opponent is just like letting you get away with stuff. The other thing is if you can like uh, get your charge. I keep dropping it. You're supposed to be able to like do a charge, dash forward, and then like do napalm toss, napalm shot. Might be easier for me if I did it standing. Whoops. Maybe not. Well. Well. Anyway. The other thing is to do a napalm shot. But like you'll rarely ever get that. The other thing is, so like I said, you can dash in with crouch slide kick. The other thing you can do is you can do napalm shot and you can follow it in, and like even that like gets like push blocked out, and you really have to like try really hard to get back in. So I'm pretty much really gonna be talking about how to like deal with that. Really, number one thing is an assist. Parasoul pretty much benefits from, I want to say, literally every assist in this game is useful to her. Like, no matter what. That's my honest opinion. But the number one best assist for her is a lockdown assist. So, when you have a lockdown assist on your team, the general goal is pretty much to tap them, and as soon as you tap them, call your lockdown assist. See how she comes in right next to her and locks her down? That gives you time to come in and do whatever the fuck you want. So, right, right, and you get to play, you get to like mix them up and stuff. If you have a single hitting assist, it's going to be different because, oh, say for instance in my case with beat extend, the block stun from beat extend isn't not that much. Um, so you know it can be risky if okay, I have it on once. Why is she doing it twice? This must not be block stringing. Alright, call it earlier. There you go. Yeah, the block stun is not that much. Because of the fact that they push blocked. This is the case for like any single hitting assist, something like you know, like DP assists or like projectile assists. Because they push blocked earlier your crouch slide kick, they're gonna come out of block stun like immediately, and like the block stun from their assist isn't gonna really do anything. So in these situations, it's more risky to go in with something, right? I can't do all that crazy stuff I was doing with Swiggly, right? Like Valentine could have easily like done something, moved out the way, whatever. Okay. So when you're using assists like that, it's generally better. Wow, I'm missing my charges. Missing all my charges. There you go. I didn't wait slightly long enough. It's generally better just like to shoot a napalm shot and try to follow that in, because you totally can do that. See? So I'm getting range to like blow it up, which is plenty for you. So that's pretty much the things that will get your pressure started when you have an assist available to you. When you don't have the assist available, it's a lot trickier. One of the things you'll probably do is you'll always try to like hit confirm into your mediums, which, okay, that's fine. But understand if they push block the first hit, you're -10. Most things will not punish you from that distance alone. But there are some things in the game, and what this basically means is that you pretty much gave up your turn. If you decide that like you want to shoot a tier here, you're asking to die, basically. Most people don't actually know that they can punish that, and if they let you get away with it, I'm a big advocate on like if your opponent's dumb enough to let you do it, then do it. But I just wanted to be clear that that is horrible. Let me see. Yes, I do. I have it on this one. Alright. So I have to spend a bar there to keep myself safe from a reversal super, but that's not the only thing that can be done right there. For example, not quite. I don't think I can record this. Yeah, it wouldn't let me record that. I remember I tried. But let's just say, in Valentine's case, she can just push block that and then air dash right over the tier and clock you in the head, and there's nothing you can do about it. If you try to super, she can react with her own super. So don't do that. But anyway, so starting pressure. This is the best thing you can do. Obviously, you can make it super good by like, you know, doing it immediately, and that's if you expect to be push blocked. But completely honest, I'm pretty sure you're going to be like reacting to the fact, oh, they push blocked me, right? And which you'll get like -16, which is still not too bad. It's something. Understand that if you do the soldier, you are safe, but like You can't do it again until he leaves the screen, and he's on the screen for a good while. And don't forget that this means you don't get bike, you don't get the shielding soldier either, just because you only get one soldier on the screen per well, one soldier on the screen at a time. So what you want to be able to do is you want, for one, we already established that we kind of really want to just like stop at the medium, or at least I believe I established that. If not, I'll just go over right now. Don't do this. If they block, don't do this. You're asking to die. Okay? You stop at the medium. I don't care what medium you do. I personally do stand medium kick in my block strings because I don't think the low is necessary. It's also a lot safer than the low. But you only pretty much need one low in this game, in my opinion. But like this, into stand medium kick, or crouch medium kick, or stand medium punch, I don't care. Now you're probably like, oh wow, stand medium punch kept me in, but like, don't do this. If someone push blocked and you stayed in like that, you kind of want to stop what you're doing. Especially because of the fact that you're minus 16. That makes it better. Those one reasons I mentioned the Roman cancel soldier. Just he gives you a lot less recovery on a lot of your moves. So just know that. But also note that right in this situation, what I'm trying to get point across is you lost your turn. Do not try to like grasp at straws or anything. You're going to die. You're going to ask to get hit. Don't do that. You get push blocked with Parasoul, you stop. The only time that you are allowed to go back in is if you force them to block a tier. And like I said, like going for a tier is risky if they already know how to punish it with their character. Like I said, Valentine, if she push blocks this and you go into tier, she's gonna air dash right over that tier and hit you in the face. But if a Valentine player doesn't know that, by all means, boom, you got what you wanted. You got tier, you got the good pressure, you're good. But like I said, the best, easiest way to do this is if you are playing Parasoul on a team and you have an assist. Lockdown assist is the best. Single hit assists are alright. But you know, they don't really give you as many options. Now, when you are doing pressure and the opponent isn't push blocking you, like I said, you want to stop at the medium, and if they block, you go into tier shot. This is +5. I believe it's +2 in the corner. So it's +5 mid screen, +2 in the corner. The reason is because there's less pushback. If you do this mid screen, your hits are pushing the opponent back a good amount. See that space? There's more space between us. The whole line, almost an entire square. But if I do this in the corner, there's way less space because I didn't push Valentine back because she doesn't have anywhere to go. So because there's less space here, you're still plus, but not as plus. Now, this whole like +2 thing is super important. In fact, so when you do a tier, you're +2, which means you get to play some more because your opponent lets you block a tier. That is the rule of thumb. Opponent blocked the tier, I get to play more. Right? Now, like I said, in the corner you're only +2. So one thing that I've learned is that a lot of people believe that because they block the tier, it's their turn to play. So a lot of them want to push a button. In the case of Philia, she has a 5-frame jab. and you have a 7-frame jab. Look at that, 7 frames. So, and you're +2 after the tier shot. That means, because you're +2, your jab's going to come out on frame 5, right? Same frame as Philia's. Or you can look at it as, because Philia is -2 here, because you're +2, her jab is going to come out on frame 7. Same frame as your jab. Okay, so you'll trade. Alright, if y'all are both frame perfect, you'll trade. What you can do, right, which y'all see me do this every now and again, at least I hope you would if you ever see me play. You can do that. Now, the thing to understand about that is that's -4. That's basically saying that like you gave it up your turn. You gave it your turn just to catch your opponent trying to like mash like jab or something. Now, remember, I've said before that if someone lets you get away with something, go ahead and do it. You technically giving up your turn, but a lot of times I'll push jab here anyway, simply because a lot of people don't know that's -4. But I'm just letting you know that if you get hit right there for hitting jab after this, wow, execution please. For hitting jab after this, just know, I just want you to know that like that's why, because you were minus there. Anyway, so let's talk about what we're doing when we are doing pressure on people and they're blocking. Let's start with okay. There we go. Oh wait, I have to say state. Okay. So there's more than just jab when people are you know, like blocking you. Actually, what I want to say first is, so yes, you are plus here, but notice how like you're only +5, or in the corner you're only +2. That means that you don't get the block string forever, because your jab, which is your fastest button, is 7 frames, and the best you can be is +5. That means that your jab will come out on frame 2, not on frame 0. Frame 0 is the neutral frame, which is pretty much the frame that like you can input something. So your jab will come out 2 frames after frame 2 in this case. I mean after the neutral frame in this case. So if your jab is coming out 2 frames after the neutral frame, that means the opponent has a frame or two that they can do something, right? And they can either like input their super, input their DP, input their DP assists, and you got to be wary of that. Now, if people are mashing their invincible move, you don't always just have to block. There are ways to keep your pressure up while you know, being able to keep yourself safe. For example, when dealing with supers, so this isn't like guaranteed for every super in the game, because it's all dependent on the spacing. Some supers are just other shit, like Gregor Samson and EKG Flatliner, where like the spacing isn't too hard to like get. I don't do that spacing. You want to block string this. But anyway, oops, this is why I do the standing one. There we go. So what you want to do is this: your crouching medium punch. It's 11 frames, so there's more of a gap, and being +5 in that case, this comes out on, let me do quick math, frame 6, right? So 6 frames for your opponent input something, but notice how it moves you back. Now this is really important because a lot of supers in this game have hit stop, 8 frames of hit stop to be precise, which is pretty much just like if they do it at you at point blank, you can't react with anything because you're frozen there for 8 frames. The reason why I say like it's spacing dependent is simply because the further back you are, the more time you have to react. So yeah, sure, if I'm breathing on her like this, right, I couldn't do anything, right? But if I'm a little bit further back, oops, if I'm a little bit further back, oops, I can do something. Ah, there you go. Right? Alright. So that's how you bait that. But like understand like some supers are a lot bigger or better than that. Take for instance Diamond Dynamo from Cerebella. The spacing has to be a lot better on that against that if you were gonna like do crouch medium punch to like bait it while keeping your pressure up. And like I said, this comes out on frame 6 being +5 in that situation. That's completely fine because yes, it will be slower than most like jabs. Like Valentine's jab is 6 frames, right? But she's not going to hit me from all the way over there with her jab. So you can totally get away with doing this. You have the spacing. See? You got the better spacing. So now we have the DP assist. This doesn't work nearly as well. I have updo here. There you go. So updo still hit. But it whiffed right there. Well, most DP assists aren't going to whiff you right there. Or they have less of a chance of doing that. So what you want to be able to do is you want to do that. Now, worst case scenario, you do this. Whoops. You do this. There you go. Okay, there we go. So, best case scenario, it hits the assist. More than likely, it will hit the assist, but in the event that it doesn't, just be holding down, just be holding back, and you'll block it every single time. Okay. Alright. So that's how you deal with assists. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. There are some supers and some reversals that function where like you can actually do the jump medium kick as well against them. See? Things that work like that is definitely like things that don't like really have horizontal range. They don't hit like at this square up here. So Gregor, EKG, Drill from Fukua, M-Bang from Peacock, more horizontal reversals, you can always do jump medium kick against and then punish them. Alright. Alright. So oh yeah, and things of course like L Bomber. I guess I'll show that later. Or I could just show that now. Let me go ahead and do the thing. That's not the thing I want to do. I want to do this. Ah. Bomber is more annoying because of the freaking hurt box or attack box. So, I mean, you can do that, but you can. Wait, this might be a corner only thing, maybe. So I know double has a wonky. Yeah, it's +3 on her because she's so wide. So I want to do. No, it still didn't give me what I wanted. Let me go ahead and try. Oh wait, I turned it off. There we go. So it might just be a corner thing. Yeah. So yeah, you can use jump medium kick to avoid reversals like that. In the event that they're using an assist. Oh wait. Oh. You can do that. Right? You know, keep them on their toes. The other thing I want to talk about is abusing her jump heavy kick. So Parasoul's jump heavy kick is multi-hit. I'm not sure how many hits it is actually. Let's test. 5. Okay, I was right. Yeah. So it's 5 hits. And if you know how multi-hit moves or push blocking multi-hit moves work in this game, you should know that if they push block the last hit that touches them, you move. If they push block too early, you stay right in them. See? So this is not going to be easy in the corner. Don't go over there. Alright. So what you can do, I missed it anyway. Alright, is you can use this in your pressure, combined with your assist. And what this does is this one is based on horizontal reversal. So in like Double's case, she wouldn't really be able to bomb her unless she timed it properly. Right? The other thing is that in my case, since I have cremation, which is low, they have to be watching for that, and they have to be watching for when I instant overhead them with jump heavy kick. It's a lot scarier if I show what happens if you're standing. Oops. There you go. Right? Okay. So, you can dash jump in with jump heavy kick and call your lockdown assist, and then throw a tear down, and then like you get to, you know, do some fuzzy stuff because Parasoul can fuzzy guard like every character in the game. Oh, this is fun. Ah, and dash forward. Whatever. I'm so terrible. There we go. Anyway, Parasoul can fuzzy guard every character in the game. See? Even someone as short as like Philia. So you can use this to your advantage. keep people guessing. And I think that's kind of really all I wanted to say. Oh, there are special cases for baiting like DP. Oh, I didn't have the thing. Oops. Keep forgetting it won't autocorrect. There you go. Ah. Ah. Give me. There we go. Alright. Okay. So reversal. Locking. Take this off. Okay. So. Crouch medium punch works on this DP, right? Jump medium kick doesn't. However, with double we saw that both of them work. In the case of like Napalm Pillar, that will be both options. The reason for that is because Pillar is just really big, but there is a way to beat Pillar. If you're fighting another Parasoul, the way to just beat the Pillar is just a dash jump. You will not detonate the tier, but you will actually just like jump right into that dead zone, right where like Parasoul's breasts are. That's pretty much where the Pillar dead zone is. Right where none of that red was touching is the Pillar dead zone. Yeah. Where she has her arms, her whole like butt, her whole breast, her head. None of the flames touch there, and that's the dead zone. And you can fit right in there by just dash jumping, jump medium kick. Every single time. And the case of, say, like Fortune, I believe both options work on her. Yeah, both options work. It's just pretty much like Parasoul is a special case where neither option work. You have to dash jump. Philia, you can do the crouch medium punch. Double, you can do both. And that's kind of really... Everyone else, you know, figure them out as you go. And that's kind of really all I had. So remember, if people are push blocking you out, you can dash jump back in. Get that off. You can call your assist, right? Right. You can dash jump back in all the time. From this distance, you can do napalm shot. Even from over here, you can. Whoops, I didn't do that right. There you go. Even from over there, you can like dash jump. If you have an assist, you can call it. Remember to stop at your medium. Crouch medium kick, stand medium punch, crouch medium punch, stand medium kick. Never do this in your block string. You can use Roman Cancel Soldier to make yourself safer. Anytime you force opponent to block a tier, that's time for you to play. Oops. Alright. And there are ways to bait reversals. I'm not going to go over them again. You can always rewind the video. That's kind of what we had. Alright. Thanks for watching.